Very quickly, guys, before I start the video, I just wanted to show you my Valentine's Day shop. So you can go to my website, www.lovedandlistenedto.com, which will be linked in the description box, and check out our new holiday shop. These items will also be on sale after Valentine's Day, so if you miss seeing this video before Valentine's Day 2024, head on over there anyway and you can get yourself a cute mug, a nice shirt, a nice sweatshirt, another shirt. We have so many things. And if you click down here, Valentine's Day products, you can take a look at all of the Valentine's Day love theme products that I would love to ship you. Some magnets, some pillows, journals, t-shirts, all of these really cool things. So if you are interested, make sure to head over to the description box, click the link, and you can support a small business. Thanks. Here's the video. Hello. So we're going to start crafting all of the small gifts that will be in my birthday party goodie bag that I'm going to give to my friends. So hello. Welcome to Loved and Listened To. I am Nicole and I share vlogs and health advice. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're wondering what in tarnation I'm talking about, click below, check out the first video where I showed you all of the things that I bought to create the gifts that I'm going to put in the goodie bags for my birthday party. So just briefly, I am having a birthday party in 2 days, and I am going to handcraft the things that will go in the little goodie bags that I'm going to give away at my birthday party. So let's make a list of the crafts that we're going to do. So let's start off with a win, and we're going to make these little Epsom salt jars first. Let's make these Epsom salt jars. So I bought these little jars from Amazon. If you're interested, I can link all of this stuff down below. But I'm just going to take out one of the jars. As you can see, I've put down like just a trash bag to protect my table. And I'm using this little scoop that I use in my personal bathroom for my personal Epsom salts. I'm just going to use it to help me get the Epsom salts out of the bag and into the little jar. So I got these Epsom salts from, I think, Ross, and I just got 2 identical bags. They are pink salt with rose hips. And then I also bought these Egyptian rose petals, also from Amazon. And this is what they look like. They're very pretty, large petals. And here's the Epsom salt. So you can see that some of it is white, some is pink. So to begin, I'm just going to take an amount and try to make a little bit of a funnel with my hands. I do not have a funnel, so I just am doing the best that I can. So that's like the first layer of our little rose Epsom salt jars. And now I'm actually going to pour some of the rose petals into the scoop. These rose petals are culinary grade, and I think I would like to use them in something else, maybe like a tea blend or something. So that's why I'm not dipping the scoop directly into the rose petals. So then I just top it off with some more Epsom salts and scoot everything around to make it look kind of even. And then that's what it looks like. It kind of looks like a parfait, if you've ever made like a parfait cake or something like that, where it has the really distinct layers. So then I just pressed really hard on the cork to get it back into the jar. Now I'm going to just wrap a cute little bow on the top with this pink ribbon. It's very pretty and like a girly pink. So I'm just cutting a medium amount, maybe like 10 inches or so, and wrapping it around the narrow part at the top, and then wrapping it around again. pulling it tight. And I made a double knot. Now I'm taking the not sharp side of the scissors and just holding it with my thumb and running it up, and it makes the ribbon curl. So I think that this ribbon, if you go to like Michael's or whatever and look for it, I think it's actually called a curling ribbon because it'll do that. And so now we have some cute little curls. Very cute. So you can kind of tap it and make sure that the salts are evenly distributed. But that's what they all look like after I finished them. I needed to make 10, so I made all of my jars, and that's what they look like. Here's a close-up of what they look like. You can see that each one turned out just slightly different. That's what happens when you make handmade things. And I think that them being slightly different makes them even more special. I kept these little like air bubble packets that they were shipped in. I'm going to keep those and put each jar back into them so they are a little bit more safe as I put them into the gift bags. Hello from the kitchen. So I'm actually going to do voiceover for this part because I think in the recording I talk too much and I need to cut a lot of it out. So I'm going to make these soaps that are the shape of this silicone mold that I'm showing you. I got the mold from Michael's and I think it was like $8. In order to melt the soap, you just need to make what's called a double boiler. So that's what you see on the right side of the screen. The double boiler is just a pan of water with a heat-proof bowl on top of it. The water should be boiling, so that's what you see here. And I'm going to open the soap base, which you can see here. I think this was maybe like $12 or $13. I just picked a regular soap base, so it's cocoa butter, something just that won't irritate anybody's skin, hopefully. And now I'm going to open it and put the soap base into the double boiler. Alright, so my suggestion is to cut the pieces of the soap base up a little bit small. It'll melt faster, but after the soap has melted, you can see here I used about half, just FYI. But after your soap has melted, then you can just transfer it to like a little measuring cup or something you see in the background. I'm going to use that measuring cup in order to pour the soap into the mold. So again, that's the rose shaped mold, and this amount of soap, half of it actually ended up making exactly 6 bars of the rose and 4 bars of like rectangular soap. So I'm going to do that now. So here you can see I lifted the hot bowl off of the steamy water, and you lift it like up and away from you so the steam doesn't burn your arm. And I'm putting it into the container with the little spigot to make it easier to get into the soap bowls. I also bought this soap dye. It's like special. It's like food coloring, but it's soap coloring. And I'm putting a little bit at the bottom of each of the molds just to give the front of the soap a little bit of color. It ended up looking kind of like tie-dye, which you'll see in a moment when I show you the finished product. And so then I poured in enough of the melted soap to cover those little grooves and things like that at the base of this mold. And you can try to pop some of the air bubbles that will appear with the soap, but I didn't worry about it too much. I think you can use a hand dryer to pop the bubbles too, but I didn't obsess about it. It was fine and they still turned out pretty. Here I am taking the rose petals. So these rose petals, you can see that they are different than the ones I used in the Epsom salts. These were labeled specifically for like making soap. So they're very large and pretty, and they were very pretty in the soap. Like I said, you'll see in a second, but I just took a couple and pushed them down into the soap as best I could. When they dried, they did just dry like at the surface, as you can see here, but they did turn out very pretty. So this is what the finished soaps look like. So you can see that they turned out super pretty, and the mold really lets you see all of the pretty little details. Like I said, I also made 4 of just the kind of regular rectangular shaped soaps, and those are the rose petals that are mostly at the bottom. But that's okay. I think that having the colors at the top is really, really pretty. So these were a big hit at the party, and they smelled very nice. 10 out of 10. Kitty has taken over the chair that I was using for my crafts. So for the next craft, I need to relocate. So far, we have made our shaped soaps. Ta-da! We made our Epsom salt jars. I love a checklist, don't you? And so now we're going to make the bookmarks. I'm still on the fence about the earrings. It's 9 o'clock and I still have to do my workout in order to close my rings on my Apple Watch. And tomorrow I have to cook like all day. And Saturday, I will probably be too anxious to make earrings, but we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I will have time to make the earrings. I also have to do some, the stuff I get paid for kind of work tomorrow too. So the earrings may not happen. I may make them later and mail them to the girlies. So we're going to put a question mark by the earrings too. But I do have the wherewithal to make bookmarks. So I bought these little tags, and almost all of my friends are pretty avid readers. Like everyone that I'm thinking of, they like to read, and they read like paper books because we're all millennials or older. So we're still into like our, reading the paper books and stuff. So anyway, so I bought these tags that have these little reinforced holes, and I bought this super cute twine. So for my purposes, I'll probably use this one in the middle. This is the color I wish everything was, like everything isn't like Barbie pink, but I'll probably use this one to just tie a little ribbon, like a, tassel at the top here. But I'm going to stamp each one. So I have my little clingy stamp right here, and looking at it in the camera, you can see that it says, "Friends make the world a better place." This is the print out of it. I don't know which way. So that one that is missing, of course. So I have my little cling stamps, and I have some Barbie pink ink. I don't remember when I bought it though, so I hope it's not dry. I also have a stamp that says "Love You" and "Think, Love, Live, Joy." These are so cute. These are super cute, but I think I am going to make them all the same. I don't know, like I think it'll be just nice if they're all the same. So I'm going to make this Friends one. So I'll show you how I do that now. I hope this works out. This paper it feels just very slightly slick. So I don't know if it's laminated with something. It doesn't say that it is. But what I'm also going to do is actually laminate these. So I have a small lamination machine, and I'm going to, after I make them all, I will run them through the lamination machine, and I will show you that it's actually kind of easy. And the lamination machine, I've had it for a while. I bought it for another project. So I'm going to make these, and here we go. Alrighty, so to make the friendship bookmarks, I'm going to use this Barbie pink ink that I told you about. I bought this at Michael's. I think they're about $3 per pad. So first I just lined up the stamp just to make sure that it looks the way that I want it to look. And then another YouTube video that I watched at some point said that you should tap the ink onto the stamp instead of tapping the stamp into the ink. And doing it this way helps you prevent getting ink outside of where the raised letters are. And I can attest that that is true. So I am tapping the ink pad onto the stamp. As you can see here, you want to make sure it's loaded up enough. And the first couple of times that I did this, I had to kind of remember the proper way to do it. But as you can see here, I'm actually holding this stamp down too long. But as I continued to do it, I figured out that you don't need to hold it down this long. Holding it down a little bit too long kind of makes this look a little fuzzy. So when I show it to you here, you see how the ink looks a teeny bit fuzzy? So if you kind of just stamp it and hold it down for a few seconds, it looks right. So eventually I got it right. As you can see here, I'm showing you a couple of them. And this one probably looked the most perfect. That one also turned out really nice. Now I'm going to show you the lamination machine. It's a simple machine with the on and off switch on the back. So you choose if you have 3mm or 5mm lamination pouches. For this project, I used 5mm because I wanted the lamination to be thick. This is the lamination pouches. You can buy these from Amazon, Office Depot. Those are the two places that I've found them. And you can see at the top right, it says 5ml, and the paper size is letter size. So make sure to just check those things before you buy any of the pouches. And this is what a single pouch looks like. There's like a shiny, thicker side and then a thinner side, as you can see. And whatever you want to laminate just goes in the middle of the pouch. You can see that one side is like sealed and the other side is loose. So with my lamination machine, you just place your items inside and then put the sealed side into the machine. So now I'll show you how to do it. So you just wait until the machine is hot enough. You can see on the kind of like middle of your screen on the right, it says ready. So once the machine is hot enough, it'll say ready. And then on the right side of the machine where I'm showing you now, if you mess up and you need to release the lamination pouch, you just slide that little lever to the left and it releases it. So this Scotch machine just came from Amazon. I think so many things in this project came from Amazon. Make sure to leave about 1/4 of an inch or so around each item. First, you want to do that to make sure it's easier to cut in between each item. If they're really close together, it's a little harder to cut out. And secondly, if it shifts a little bit when you put it into the lamination machine, if there's like a little bit of a border around, you see like how these tags are not like right at the edge of the pouch. If you leave a little bit of that, if something shifts around, it'll still laminate properly. So you just smooth out the air bubbles as best you can. Just make it really flat. and then take the sealed edge and put it into the machine first. And my machine even has a little reminder at the bottom there to tell you how to insert it. So just carefully pick it up so your items don't shift around too much, and insert it into the lamination machine. And once the item is about halfway or so into the machine, you can let it go. You don't have to guide it or pull it or push it. Just let the machine do the work. And once they come out, it'll be a little bit warm, so just pick it up at the edges gently, and you are done. Let it cool off, and then you can cut them out. I am finishing up my little bookmarks. Funny story, I actually went to the store to get a one-hole punch, and I also went to get some lunch. I put the hole punch into the trash bag where my lunch was, and I forgot to take out the hole punch before I discarded the bag. And because I am cooking, the trash receptacle got full, and I took out the trash. And so the trash has a brand new unopened one-hole puncher in it. So the next time I do this, I will get another hole puncher. But I had to use a knife to put in a hole at the top of these. So right now I'm just sitting here like I mentioned I would do, and I'm just tying on a little piece of string. So just a little double knot, super simple, nothing very interesting even. I'm leaving the ends loose, just it's cute, easy. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then I will move on to wrapping the soap, and I'll show you that next. So this is the finished product. You can see that they turned out all slightly different but really cute, and I really think that my friends will enjoy having these little bookmarks. Going back to our checklist, so you can see that we made the soaps and the Epsom salt jars and now the bookmarks, but I am crossing off the earrings and the cards. Sorry. So moving on to wrapping the soaps. So I thought it would be super cute to wrap each soap and include a little seal on top of the wrapping. So I have my sealing kit, my wax sealing kit. Sealing, S-E-A-L-I-N-G. Don't know if my accent is making it hard to understand what I'm saying, but if you don't understand, just keep watching because I'm going to show you. So the little brown wooden part, you stick the tea light inside. This is a little bit old-timey. A friend gave me this kit, but you basically just stick the tea light inside and light it, of course. We need to melt our wax. So this is the little spoon. I really don't know what this thing is called. I'm sure it has a proper name. But you take that little spoon thing and then you put in a couple of the little wax pellets and then you melt them. So this is what the wax pellets looks like. And then I'm going to just choose gold. I did not have any Barbie pink wax pellets. So you put the wax pellets into the little spoon and then let it heat up. I put the whole little setup on a piece of paper just to protect my table as best as I can. Sometimes I can be a little clumsy and I didn't want to get any wax on my table. So I'm taking one of the rectangular shaped bars of soap. You can see that it turned out really pretty. And I flipped it upside down so the nicest part of my wrapping would be faced up. Now, I am a terrible gift wrapper. I usually just use a little bag. I don't give people gifts that I've wrapped usually, but I'm trying my best. Don't come at me in the comments. I know it's ugly and terrible, but I'm gonna do my best. So here is my wrapped bar of soap. Good enough? The rectangular ones were easier to wrap than the rose ones. So if you're great at wrapping, then yours will look much nicer than mine. So now I'm pulling out my wax stamp thing, and it says with love. I could not get the camera to show it clearly, but it says with love. And so now I'm taking my little spoon of hot wax and just applying it onto the paper, kind of in a circular motion. The stamp is circular shaped, so you just want to apply the wax in kind of whatever the shape of your stamp. Your seal, I think this is actually called the seal, but whatever it is, just apply it in a similar kind of shape. And then I have found if you let the seal sit in the wax for a few seconds, it's a little easier to pull out. There we go. See how easy that was? And while I'm wrapping the next one, I just start melting the next pieces of wax. But that is what it looks like. And that is the finished product. So now I will put them all kind of in this little tray and just show you what they all look like when they're all done. You can see I tried my best with the rose-shaped ones, but they all turned out super cute. The girlies really liked this, and the little wax stamp is just such a kind of old-timey but fun, cute little touch that is a little bit unexpected. So there they are, all the soaps all together. So I have completed making all of the little gift boxes. So if you saw in the previous video, I had these gift boxes and then this little fluffy stuff. And I have shown you how I made all of the gifts inside, so everything fit. We have the Epsom salt thing at the bottom, and then this is the soap. And then you can't see it, but the bookmark is like behind all of these things. So I have all of them all set up and very cute. I am very, very happy with these. So I'm about to put the salmon into the oven. So it's loosely, the recipe that I use is loosely based on this one, but actually I added some sriracha and I used a little less mustard, and I added some honey. So we have our vegetables, our roasted vegetables. I also have mashed potatoes, and I'm going to try to make this lemon butter sauce to go on top. But we are winding down with the party preparations. Yep, everything's looking good. All right, so I finished decorating the cake. This is the first time that I have made myself a birthday cake. So it's not perfect. I'm going to chill it. And then I have this box that I can carry it to the venue in. But for right now, I'm gonna chill it and then go get myself ready. I think I went a little bit overboard with the sprinkles, but it's been a long time since I had a cake with sprinkles, so I'm very excited to actually eat it. It's vanilla and then there's strawberry filling, so it's so pretty. I'm proud of it, even though it's definitely not perfect, but I'm proud of it anyway.